Hi, I'm Tom Ziglar, CEO of the Zig Ziglar Corporation. I'm so excited you're here with us on the Ziglar Coaching Academy. We're talking about life coaching. And in life coaching, the mindset of a life coach is one of the most foundational, fundamental things that you have to get right in order to be successful as a life coach, in order to get the maximum impact and make the biggest difference in the people that you coach. Because here's the reality, they are going to pick up you and what you do more than what you're going to say. And the power is asking them the questions so it's revealed to them that make the difference. And then hopefully they come back to you and they say, well, what do you do? And you got to be able to answer. Okay, so number one in mindset, the first lesson on mindset is what I call the perfect start. This is a real simple thing. You've got to be intentional about the way you start your day. You know, you hear this idea that some people, the day happens to them, and then other people happen to the day. You want to be that person that happens to the day. And if you're an early morning riser, fantastic. If you get up later in the morning and you're more of a night owl, fantastic. What I'm saying to you is that whatever time of the day that is best for you to be productive, that you get up, that you make that first time block your perfect start. Now, when I'm coaching people, they've never done this before, I'm not asking them for a lot of time. I'm not asking you for a lot of time. Maybe it's only 5 minutes, maybe it's only 10 minutes, but this is what I want you to think about. What if for the first 10 minutes of the day, you did just a couple of things? You went to a quiet place. Maybe you've already got your cup of coffee, you're all ready, and you went to bed. Now here's the key, the perfect start, it starts the night before. So I'm not talking about getting 10 minutes less sleep, I'm talking about going to bed 10 minutes early so that you can get up 10 minutes early to create this perfect start. So you go in and you set aside this time, you've got this quiet room, you've got your cup of coffee, your water, whatever you do, and now you got 10 minutes. And so what are you going to do in that 10 minutes? Well, there's a couple of things that I love to do. I love to pray. I love to have my 2 chairs time, and that's where I meditate and I ask God 3 questions. I learned this from Bob Beaudine. Hey God, you know, 1 chair for me, 1 chair for God. And I just sit there and I go, hey God, do you know what's going on? Well, of course God does. Are you big enough to handle it? Absolutely. What's the plan? Okay, so I just listen. Now for you, wherever you are in your faith, it might just be sitting there contemplating, what should I be doing today? What's next? What does that prayer look like for you? That quiet time look like for you? That meditation look like for you? Then I go into gratitude. And this is, if you're not comfortable with that, start with your gratitude list. I will often, I'll go through 6 months in a row where I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for every single morning. And I don't copy it from the day before. You know, I try to put 3 new things. And so you go 66 days in a row, you go 100 days in a row, and all of a sudden you've got 2 or 3 things, 100 things you're grateful for. Why am I doing that? Because gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. So let's just say I'm quiet for a few minutes. I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. By the way, gratitude and fear can't exist in the same place in your mind. So what's the third thing you could do in this perfect start? Well, what if you wrote down your top 10 priorities? I heard Brian Tracy speak recently on this. What are the goals for the day that you want to accomplish? Write those top 10 things down. Maybe you're deep in the Zig Ziglar goal setting system and you got your goals outlined, so you review your goals. Maybe you look at your calendar and you start to prioritize the things that you're going to get done. You time block what you're going to do. And so imagine in the first 10 minutes of the day, you've meditated, you're grateful, you've got your priority list for the day. That's pretty powerful. Maybe you listen to or read some motivation and inspiration, something that's good, you know, as Dad would say, the good, the clean, the pure, the powerful, and the positive. You get that injection going. A lot of you are thinking, 10 minutes? Why only 10 minutes? You know, that sounds like a 90-minute thing. Well, here's the truth. You're going to have a much greater impact in your mindset if you commit to doing it every single day, even if it's only 5 to 10 minutes, than you will doing it 2 or 3 times a week for an hour at a time. Consistency is the key. And here's something else you'll find. You'll fall in love with it. That 10 minutes will become 12. That 12 will become 15. That 15 will become 20. You start getting up earlier. You're feeding the mind. So for me, where am I in this stage? Well, all the things that I just said you should do, I do. And then I work out and I listen to the good, the clean, the pure, the powerful, and the positive, why I'm working out. And that total time might be an hour. And then I time block my number one priority to do after that. Well, I'm energized by then, right? My blood's flowing. I've got my gratitude in the right direction. I know my priorities for the day. I'm going to make a difference. So here's a hard question and we'll finish this lesson. I tell all of our Ziglar coaches this. I say, if you have a client and they ask you, what do I need to do to be successful? As a coach, you should be able to look them in the eye and say this: just do what I do. Now that's a hard one because we're holding ourselves accountable. So if our mindset is, it's a choice, I can have a great mindset and I'm going to do it by starting the day with the perfect start, then I'm going to be more effective in everything I do. If this lesson was valuable to you, if it gave you some ideas, you can find the perfect start in the book, Choose to Win. Check that out. And then also make sure that you share and subscribe to this channel and share with other people. We're going to have a new lesson almost every day that's going to help you either coach yourself more effectively or coach those you serve to a new level. And for those of you looking for a coach, if you're hanging out in the comments, all you got to do is reach out to Ziglar. We'll connect you based on your needs. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.